Hello there, UK here, and thanks for joining me today. I'm just going to do a quick video about dehydrating foods. I have my notebook here in front of me because I had to write down what I've harvested this afternoon from the garden, and I wouldn't remember it otherwise, so I keep a diary every day. I have to write stuff in there that appointments, things like that. So if we get to the harvesting, I can find it again. Right, so today I harvested £3 and 4 ounces of potatoes and turnip. That wasn't £3, 4 ounces of each. It was, I actually weighed it after I'd peeled it all and chopped it up into small chunks. So it was £3, 4 ounces. The majority of it was potato. I would say £1 at the very most was turnips. And the reason that I put them together was so that I can mash it all up together if I choose to, or put it in a casserole or what have you. So also I harvested 8 ounces of mange tout, so that's £1/2, and courgette, £2, 4 ounces of courgette, and this is after they've all been prepared and ready for the dehydrator. And the patty pan squash I harvested, there was 5 I harvested yesterday, and they came to £1, 5 ounces for the 5. Once again, everything that had been peeled already, so that's the weight that is now in the dehydrator. So let me just show you my dehydrator. It's a 9-shelf dehydrator, or tray dehydrator, 9 tray. And it's an Excalibur. You can buy dehydrators for under £30 on the internet. Just do a search and you'll be able to see that you can buy them online for under £30. This model cost quite a lot more than that. Fortunately, it was a gift to myself from someone else, and therefore it was bought for me. I would not be able to afford it currently. So what I tend to do is to wait until I have rather a lot of food, either from the garden or if I see supermarket offers, and then I will prepare the fruit and veg, etc. And I only have this when it's at this capacity. I wouldn't put it on just to do 1 or 2 trays. So of the 9 shelves, I've removed 2 of them because some of the things that I've put in today, as you can see, are quite substantially sized. So where was I? Oh yes, so with this dehydrator you can dehydrate frozen, straight from frozen fruit and veg. So if you see really good offers on fruit and veg in the supermarket or wherever, or if you've picked fruit and veg and you want to put it in the freezer, and at a later date you want to free up some room in the freezer, so then you might get it out and stick it straight in the dehydrator, and it will dehydrate from frozen. Only fruit and veg. Don't try meat or anything else. Don't try it. You know, there are specific recipes for doing for making beef jerky, chicken jerky, everything else jerky, but I just do the fruit and veg, although I have made yogurt using the Excalibur dehydrator, but that's for another time. Right now, I find that, let me just briefly say about that it does take about 6 hours for your yogurt to set, and it's sort of incubated during that time in the dehydrator. The problem I find is having the Excalibur dehydrator on just to do, say, 2 Kilner jars of yogurt, basically. And also, if you don't get through that much yogurt, or you're the only one in the family who likes it, or what have you, you know, you can't really do more than 2 jars. That's going to last you maybe 2 weeks or what have you. But it's a long time to have the electricity running for just a couple of yogurts. So I find it more cost efficient to make it as I showed you in the other YouTube video that I made. So getting back to this, I just want to show you what I've done and explain briefly. This is going to be part 1, by the way, because I'm going to have to do another one, obviously, showing the results. So here you can see that on this bottom tray I have mange tout. This is sugar snap peas from the garden today and yesterday. I've been harvesting them. And what I did is just blanch them for about 1 minute maximum in some boiling water, and then immerse them into a bowl of very cold water. I don't have ice. I don't have an ice machine, and I'm not going to buy ice just so that I can rapidly cool it off or anything. So I find that if you run the tap water for a little while, it eventually goes really, really cold. Fill a bowl up with it, and then just bung your veggies in it, and it will soon bring the temperature down. So here we have the Monge 2, as you can see. These sheets here, what it's on, is called a Paraflex sheet. There is also a mesh sheet underneath. I found, because I think I've had this about a year or more now, in my experience, although it might dry, your veg and fruit might dry a little bit quicker because the air circulates obviously through the holes, etc. I actually find that cleaning them is tedious, especially as I only have the one basin in the sink, and there is no, nowhere really. The kitchen is so compromising, really, I suppose, that it's not possible. It's not really the best thing for me to have to, clean 9 trays, picking bits out of the little holes, etc. I haven't found a way of doing it that's a really good way of doing it quickly and efficiently. So I tend to now use the Paraflex sheets. When I purchased, or when this was purchased for me, should I say, the 9 sheets of Paraflex came with it as a bonus. So let me just roll on a little bit faster, I suppose. We're getting up to 7 minutes and we only have a few more minutes. So let me just show you what's on the next tray. Right, this is patty pan squash. And this was blanched for 2 minutes at the most, possibly less. And as you see, it's in still reasonably sized chunks. And the reason for that is that when I have dehydrated it, when I come to rehydrate it, which might be 12 months from now or next month or whenever, once it's been rehydrated in water or some fluid, some sauce, what have you, then I might pat it dry and roast it. Just an idea, haven't tried it yet, so I don't know if it works, but that's what I'm going to give that a go. So we have Monge 2, patty pan squash. On this one, we have the potatoes and swede or turnip. I think the swede and turnip and potatoes. And I cut them all similar sizes, and I've kind of just chucked them on there. I don't think you have to be precious about it. You just sling them on, as long as they're not all piled up, because obviously, the air needs to get to everything, and it won't if everything's in a heap. Everything at the bottom of that heap will not heat sufficiently. So there's 2 trays of that. They're all homegrown potatoes, turnips, swede. So this can then go in casseroles, soups, stews. It could be roasted, whatever you want. And the next 3 trays are courgettes, homegrown courgettes that I picked yesterday. And these were blanched for a minute at the very most, because, you want everything kind of fairly uniform in size, diameter, width, etc., so that it all dries about the same sort of time. You don't want things in there that only take, a couple of hours, and other things that are such a thickness or what have you that they take 16 hours, which is something, that you have to consider, that the energy used is not a huge amount in proportion when you sort of think it all out, whether it's cost efficient to preserve your food in this way. I find it is, and I make sort of changes in other areas regarding electricity so that I can utilise this item. So I hope you found this helpful, and tomorrow I'm going to just now turn this on, and tomorrow I'm going to just put the front of it on. It just slides on, if I can do it with one hand. Tomorrow I'll show you the results and do yet another video, and you'll see the difference in the produce. So thanks for joining me. Bye bye.